Some have written that the zombie apocalypse is inevitable, that it's bound to happen. Of course, no one knows if zombies will ever show themselves, but we know that zombies aren't friendly and want to eat you, which, if you survive such an attack, can also turn you into a zombie. So if you want to stay among the living, you probably should know of some places that zombies can't get to. Check out these 10 real zombie-proof places on Earth and decide which one you would choose to survive the zombie apocalypse. Raven Rock Mountain Complex. It should go without saying that a bunker built in the inside of a mountain that can withstand a nuclear attack would also be a good place to go if a zombie apocalypse happened. Hiding in the Raven Rock Mountain near Blue Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania, the Raven Rock Mountain Complex, also known as Site R, is a U.S. military installation that has been dubbed Underground Pentagon. The complex was built in the early 1950s as a Cold War emergency shelter. There is 4 stadium-sized entrances to the mountain that are sealed off by 30-ton bomb blast doors. With those sealed, no one is getting inside unless you want them inside. The complex can hold up to 3,000 people and is usually stocked with enough supplies for 30 days and has power and air filtration systems that are totally independent of the outside world. And since it's a military base, you would likely find enough weapons for self-defense here. Project Greek Island, Greenbrier. This was once a secret bunker that was built to house members of the US Congress in the event of a nuclear holocaust. It was disguised as a hotel, and the underground portion was built at the same time a major addition was added to the hotel, which was called the West Virginia Wing. The bunker underneath has 4 entrances, with each one protected by steel and concrete doors that can withstand a nuclear blast as close as 15 miles or 24 kilometers away. It has a self-contained power plant and 153 rooms, with a total of 112,000 feet, about 10,000 square meters on 2 levels. A kitchen with a 60-day stockpile of food for 1,100 people, along with 3 25,000-gallon water storage tanks and purification equipment, would mean you could survive, maybe even long enough for the zombies to die off. The Moscow Metro 2 in Russia. There is a rumor of a bunker that is part of the Moscow Metro called Metro 2. During the Cold War, the threat of nuclear war was more feared than it is now, of course. It is said around this time that Russia had built the largest underground bunker that was estimated to be 200 to 300 meters, or 660 to 980 feet deep, and could hold up to 10,000 people. The shadowy subterranean railway supposedly dates back to the time of Joseph Stalin. Secret subway tunnels are rumored to connect to this main bunker, and it would be used during wartime or an emergency to evacuate the Russian president and other important members during an attack on the country. A zombie attack would surely be considered something of a wartime thing, so if you are in Russia, head to the Moscow Metro and try to find the mysterious Metro 2 bunker, which consists of 4 lines that connect the Kremlin, the Federal Security Service, Terminal 2 at Vnukovo International Airport, and an entire underground town in the district of Ramenki. Vivos Europa 1. There is an expensive shelter located in Germany that is one of the most fortified and massive underground survival shelters on Earth. It was originally built by the Soviets during the Cold War and was a fortress for military equipment and munitions. Long story short, the German government inherited it with the intention of using it as an ammo depot. But it was too close to a major highway and so decided to sell the 76-acre complex. So an investor bought it to turn it into living areas families could purchase and flee to in case of an emergency like a zombie apocalypse. The hardened facility is capable of withstanding a substantial close-range nuclear blast, a direct airplane crash, biological and chemical weapons, shock waves, earthquakes, tsunami, electromagnetic pulses, and virtually any armed attack. It has deep water wells, a water treatment plant, air filtration and cooling, a power plant, and its own hospital. Subterra Castle is a missile silo in Shawnee County, Kansas that used to house an intercontinental ballistic missile. The abandoned missile silo was purchased by Ed and Diana Pedden, and they have since cleaned it up and have been transforming the place into an Airbnb stay. They have converted the hardened missile silo into an underground condominium complex. Each room has a full bedroom, kitchen, private bathroom, and a fireplace. And even though it's been nicely modernized, the 47-ton blast door that can withstand a direct nuke won't have any zombies chewing through it anytime soon. Depending on how well it's stocked and if there are some weapons stashed somewhere, this wouldn't be a bad place to hold up. The Canadian Forces Base North Bay Complex was built in Canada during the Cold War as an underground bunker. The complex is situated behind three 19-ton steel bank vault-type doors. The doors are normally kept open and shut in times of emergency. Despite weighing as much as a medium-sized bulldozer, each door is so well balanced it can be moved effortlessly by a 12-year-old child. The facility was specially designed to withstand a 4-megaton nuclear blast. When closed, it can hold up to 400 people around 4 weeks without any outside world help. Mont Saint-Michel. Zombies aren't known to swim well, so escaping to an island would probably be on a lot of people's lists. Mont Saint-Michel Island isn't hard to get to either. Located just 0.6 miles or about 1 kilometer off of the country's northwestern coast, the island is 100 hectares or about 247 acres in size. During the Hundred Years' War, the Mont remained unconquered, where a small garrison fended off a full attack by the English in 1433. If it can be held against a full attacking army, a small group of well-armed civilians should be able to fight off an attacking zombie horde. Not to mention that the incoming tides would wash most of them away as they tried to get to you. Thule Air Base, Air Force Space Command, Thule, Greenland. While this base might be hard to get to, there is almost a guarantee that no zombies will ever make it inside this Air Force Base in Thule, Greenland. It's just 750 miles or 1,207 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, and almost the same distance from the North Pole. Zombies aren't known for their warm blood, and so they would probably freeze before getting anywhere near the base. You'll find plenty of zombie defense here in the form of air support as the Strategic Air Command Post. Supplies might be a problem since the land around you is frozen, but if you had a boat, you could catch fish. The Bled Castle. Lake Bled is a lake in the Julian Alps of the Upper Carniolan region of northwestern Slovenia, and right in the middle of this lake is Bled Castle. According to written sources, the oldest castle in Slovenia first mentioned in a 1011 donation deed as Castellum Veldes. The only way to this castle is by boat or a very long swim, and thankfully zombies can't swim. The castle sits on top of a steep 130-meter cliff. Food wouldn't be a problem as you could probably grow a few things on the small island and catch fish from the lake. Dunatar Castle, Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Besides being really difficult for a zombie to get through because of the rocky terrain, Dunatar Castle might be a good choice if you're in Scotland during World War Z. William Wallace, Mary Queen of Scots, the Marquis of Montrose, and the future King Charles II have graced the castle with their presence. Most famously, though, it was at Dunatar Castle that a small garrison held out against the might of Cromwell's army for 8 months and saved the Scottish crown jewels, the honours of Scotland, from destruction. That sounds like a place where a small group could make a stand against the zombies if they had to. We hope you liked the video. Which one of these places would you choose to go to if a zombie apocalypse happened? Let us know in the comments. And if you thought this video was cool, then like and subscribe and get notified when we release a new video. Thanks for watching.